Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Bushnell Presents Prairie Pursuit. I'm your host, Greg Toogood. This week we're going to be out on a whitetail deer hunt. We've got 4 tags to fill, limited time, and a lot of ground to cover.
You crushed him. You crushed him.
Bushnell presents Prairie Pursuit, brought to you by Bushnell, built for the pursuit. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. JB Sausage Supply, your one-stop shop. Nordic Lodge, where friends become family. North Pro Sports, performance archery and arms. And these fine sponsors.
I think that out of all of the animals that we hunt, we probably spend the most time preparing for whitetail deer in hopes that we can convince them to get really comfortable in an area. And that's making sure trails are open, making sure baits are topped up, making sure trail cameras are ready. As much as we can do to entice the animals to be in the area, be comfortable in the area, come and go, and especially for the does in the early season, to be there as a place to feed, lay their scent, and create an area that the bucks are going to want to be in. Yeah, I've got a brand new sight here that I made a couple of months ago for the antler obsession, and you can see the ground's been worked up. It's not just leveled out from weather, all different kinds of weather, but it is worked up, so you can tell the animals have been visiting here. And there we go. We're just going to top it up about once every 6 weeks. This is what the guys at Antler Obsession have recommended, and that's been working really good for us. We're only a few weeks away from archery season. I'm going to get the trail camera rolling again here, if it isn't still rolling, and hopefully we've got some bucks coming in so we can have a seat and maybe set up one of the kids, their dad, or maybe even myself for a velvet buck. We've got our solar panels on our trail cams. I don't have to touch the batteries all year. When the solar panel has a charge, the camera's going to work off the charge. When the solar panel's dead, camera will work off the battery. So it's just going to double the lifetime, if not more, of your camera batteries while you're away. We're in and out to exchange the trail camera cards, and that's it. And the cameras just keep working. We got some fantastic photos, some incredible images. We set them on a hybrid mode so you can take pictures and videos while we're away. It's always super exciting when you're getting back to the trail camera to check what's been there when you've been away. It almost seems like it's the least amount of time that we spend hunting is for whitetail. Just we have lots going on. The kids are busy with their school and their dance and volleyball and hockey and activities, etc. Whatever else is going on in life. We've got work and school and a lot of things going on, but we do love getting out for a whitetail deer hunt. It's where it all started for me. That and waterfowling, and I still love getting out, and you're going to see in this show the excitement that the kids have when they get out and the excitement that Dad still has when he's still getting out with us on whitetail deer hunt. Branches are kind of smoothed off. Right there, smooth here. Ground's worked up. All right, well, one of the biggest challenges I have of living in the city and wanting to hunt close to the city is other hunters and a lot of people going into the areas where you think you have sole permission. It just doesn't work that way. So I had to work a little bit harder this year. I did get permission from a landowner to be right here. We'll get our camera set up. Get out of here. I had to do a lot of work to find where the deer are traveling through. It's just a very tight area here, but an early snowfall, I know some don't like, but for a hunter and for me, it's perfect. Okay, I'm in spot number 2. I'm going to put a camera up. Put some Tween Lakes Feeds peas out and see what we get for pictures. Can really tell where the deer have been traveling through. Those patterns are going to change pretty quick here, but right now they're going to be looking for food. Really nervous about putting a whole bunch of time in close to the city like this because there's just so many people, but there's not supposed to be anybody here. So I'm going to put a bunch of trail cameras up and see if we can find what's making these tracks. Hey, morning guys.
Morning.
November 15th, had to take the day off. Opening whitetail season. I don't know, Jacob, I remember when you were not even hunting and you were in the back.
Yeah.
We were heading up to the Nokomis country. We're in a different country today.
Yeah. We're not gonna say where.
No, because every time we say where, everybody else goes there. So,
In Saskatchewan.
I'm done advertising.
In Saskatchewan somewhere.
So what are you after this morning, Dad?
Oh, whitetail. I need some meat from my freezer and make some sausage for the family, so.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we'll maybe wait till the sun comes up a little bit more and start to make our tracks. We're just gonna go for a drive this morning. Hopefully we can find a buck for Dad.
Cool. You good?
Right on. You didn't want to shoot dope?
Didn't want to shoot it. Oh.
So if you can get out with 2 or 3 hours left in the day, it seems to have worked for us in the past. Maybe an early morning here and there throughout the year, but this year was just tough. We spent that time, we got our permissions, we set up our trail cameras, we got the baits going, and we just ended up with nothing. That's pretty cool. Andrew and I don't get to sit together very often. Last night, that little whitetail buck. This morning, these 2 bull elk. It's pretty cool. They're about 220 yards when we saw them, and they walked to less than 100. That's pretty cool. We showed up this morning and saw 2 bull elk. That was nice. Last year I sat here. It was minus 34 plus the wind chill over minus 40. And today was plus 5. Still got the same heater going. Made it pretty comfy in here.
Weather is gorgeous for this time of year. We managed to spend the whole day in a stand. Just need to see a nice buck to put on the ground.
I think a lot of the years recently, I've held onto my tag in hopes of getting that opportunity for the kids to get their deer. I wasn't in any hurry to fill a whitetail deer tag, but I really wanted to see Grace get one. She didn't get to fill her tag last year, and you could tell that she was super excited. She was all kitted up and geared up in her Badlands gear, her rifle, she got her binoculars, she got her backpack ready to go. Super excited every time we had a chance to get out for the day.
Hi, Grace. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. I'm cold.
Me too.
We got a brand new tripod from Primos, incredibly sturdy. When you take a look at these tripods, it changes the game. I'm confident that I've put in the efforts that I need to create an opportunity for Grace to get a deer. So when we go out and we spend the time on not seeing anything or something interferes, it definitely gets a little bit frustrating because we're so limited on time. So I need to make sure I'm putting myself in check to make sure we're enjoying the day, being in that moment, and enjoying our time together, which is what it's all about.
Thanks. Once again, Grace and I are trying everything.
So I took Grace out a couple of times, and she had some opportunities to pull the trigger on a buck, and she chose not to. Had the crosshairs on it, wind was blowing nice and steady on our new Primos tripod, and she chose not to shoot.
It's the same buck.
It's the same.
Yeah, you're gonna pass him. All right. Good job.
So when Grace makes a decision on a whitetail deer in the past, she's got a pretty good track record. We call her the one-shot wonder. She got a beautiful whitetail buck in bull velvet with a crossbow. She got her first whitetail buck with a rifle. She was also able to take a couple mule deer does with a rifle in her second year of hunting.
The last day.
Yeah.
We gotta make this happen today. Well, 5 minutes from legal shooting time. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be picky today?
No.
You're gonna shoot a little spiker?
I'm probably not a little spiker.
Oh, so you are gonna be picky.
No.
I know what you mean. Gotcha.
We saw some amazing country, rolling hills, and we put on some miles on our truck and some miles on our legs, and never took a shot until very last light. But we're running out of day. The wind's picking up, snow's coming in, a snowstorm rolls in, we're running out of time, and we're in the last few minutes of the day. I know I don't have camera light. I know I'm definitely not going to pick up on a deer and really get a good visual of what that animal is at a distance. I had to sacrifice what I wanted was to capture it on video for an opportunity for her, because we saw a beautiful buck a few hundred yards out, and Grace wanted to put the crosshairs on it. I couldn't see what Grace saw through the scope. And I know when you look through the Bushnell optics at last light, even compared to your eyes, those optics just grab light and they make things brighter. So when she was looking through her scope, she could see everything, and she says, "Dad, I can make that shot." And I said, "Well, we're good. So if you want to make that shot and if you want to try that shot, then take it." I could hear Grace take a deep breath. She settled down, crosshairs on, she squeezed the trigger, and I could see that deer kick. And I said, "Holy smokes, Grace, you hit it." So she hit this buck, and it ran off. Now this buck was with another doe, and it was now running with the doe, and from what I could see at that distance, it looked like it was fine, which didn't make sense to me because it looked like she hit it, but yet it was running fine. And now that I think about it, even back at time, there's quite a few deer that I've shot over the years, and that even she shot, that right after it's hit, it actually runs away looking okay, unless you can see the blood trail. At that distance, that light with the snow moving in, there was no way that we could see that there was blood coming out of the deer. So we left it. I was convinced that she hit the deer. The deer wasn't showing that it looked like it was hit or injured. And the weather was bad. We were out of light, and I didn't want to push it. I was convinced that she hit the deer. The deer wasn't showing that it looked like it was hit or injured. And the weather was bad. We were out of light, and I didn't want to push it. Because if we would have went in and kicked up that deer, it could have gone for miles, and we probably would have never seen it again. We had to head home. We were working the next day. We had school the next day. Curtis offered to get up and go and take a look for the deer. Super tough, fresh snowfall, tracks were all filled in. But if there was a blood trail, there was nothing to follow. Grace was a little bit upset that she had taken a shot at something and maybe injured it. At the end of the day, Curtis gave me a call and said, "You won't believe this, we found Grace's deer." Although it was super disappointing not to have got it and been able to enjoy it, to eat the deer, it was nice to know that she had taken a shot and hit it, that it died actually not too far from where she shot it. So although this year's whitetail hunt for Grace didn't go as planned, she was super excited to get her whitetail deer in her hands. We did an awesome amount for her that she can hang on her wall and add to her collection. She's got an incredible memory that'll last forever and a story like no other. All right, maybe a buck will show up this afternoon. Maybe not. The way the last day and a half looked, I'm guessing not, but on the last day of the season, Dad and Jacob head north and try to fill a tag of their own.
Are you ready? You crushed him. You crushed him.
I was right behind his shoulder. Sure?
Oh, you crushed him. Oh my God. That happened so fast. He's a big buck.
He's a nice buck. I was right behind your shoulder and just squeezed it. And then so a problem was run to the right.
He's a big deer.
Well, he was wide.
He's far forward too.
Yeah.
I think it might be that 10 point.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at his horns. I was looking at his shoulder. And everything.
That's the perfect answer.
Huh?
That's the perfect answer. That's good. Didn't shoot him in the hours at least.
No, I wasn't looking at his horns.
Holy
I saw horns, but when I with shoulder and back was squeezed.
I wasn't even a little bit surprised when I got the text message from Jacob saying that they had a buck down. And I was so excited to hear that it was Dad that shot it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That was crazy cool.
Boy, did he walk out in a hurry.
And he was gonna go off too.
Oh, yeah,
word.
he was when I hit the barrel.
And he's like, oh, I don't think he heard you though.
I don't think so, because then he turned back to the pile.
Yeah.
Because he was walking away. But I had a perfect broad shot.
Oh, he's dead.
I know how excited he was to get out on a hunt with his grandson and how excited he would have been in that moment when he shot his whitetail buck.
He jumped like he hit him pretty hard. He's like, oh.
I've had a chance to be along with Dad when he gets a whitetail deer, and I just love every second of it. I was so excited for the two of them to be able to share that moment together.
He smoked those trees.
That's one of the wildest blood trails I've ever seen. How is he going that far? Well, that's definitely him. Oh, he's a nice buck. Yeah. So awesome. Oh my God. Is he dead?
Oh, well.
Should make sure. That's so awesome. Beautiful buck. So cool. All right, we'll get him cleaned up and get some pictures.
It was a pretty interesting whitetail deer season this year. We had 4 tags to fill. We ended up filling 2 of them. One of them not in the way that we had expected or planned. That's just the way that it went, and super exciting for Dad and Jacob to get one together. Okay.
All right. We got him.
We got him. We got him.
Super cool.
Awesome.
We enjoyed all of our time in the ground blinds, in the trucks, putting on miles, going on hikes, seeing new ground, spending days in a ground blind and sitting in one spot for a full day. Dad shot his buck at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Grace shot her buck at the last minute of the day. Who knows when it's going to happen, but you put in your time and hope for the best. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Bushnell Presents Prairie Pursuit. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Bushnell presents Prairie Pursuit. Brought to you by Bushnell, built for the pursuit. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. JB Sausage Supply, your one-stop shop. Nordic Lodge, where friends become family. North Pro Sports, performance archery and arms. And these fine sponsors.
The deer over my left shoulder here, Dad and I got together back in 2003, the day after I shot the bull elk right here. And the deer beside there is Dad and I got that deer just outside of Nakoma, Saskatchewan, where I grew up hunting there. It's where it all started for me. An incredible whitetail buck that Dad and I got together with one of his buddies who we started hunting with as well when I was 12. And the buck right here is the buck that Grace shot this year.